Hello everyone, James O'Keefe here. Welcome to the Wall of Shame. We're going to get right to it. A lot happening in the world. We have been lied about by TechCrunch. TechCrunch was forced to print a correction update. TechCrunch wrote, quote, Twitter bans James O'Keefe of Project Veritas over fake account policy. And in this TechCrunch article, they wrote, quote, sharp-eyed users noticed that O'Keefe's last week unironically accused reporter Jesse Hicks of impersonation. Jesse Hicks was that freelance reporter for Wired. Quote, including an image showing an unredacted phone number supposedly belonging to Hicks. TechCrunch was forced to print a correction. This is critical. There have been people impersonating us on Twitter. People, apparently our lawyers say racketeering has been occurring, impersonating our current staff to extract information. I've reported this. The person doing the impersonation remains on Twitter, and we've been kicked off Twitter. This is huge. They've printed a correction. Cue the Retracto theme song.
Retracto, the correction alpaca. Retracto, he's coming at ya.
This is the reporting, if you want to call it that, by Devin Coldewey of TechCrunch. The before says, users noticed that O'Keefe's last week unironically accused Jesse Hicks of impersonation, including an image showing an unredacted phone number. He was forced to update the article saying, quote, update, the image was in fact redacted. I thought it was done by the person who took the screenshot, but the first digits were removed in the original tweet. This is important. Let me take you through what has been happening. Jesse Hicks is a blue check mark reporter, writer, and editor seen in New Republic, Politico, and now apparently doing a Wired freelance piece. Jesse Hicks, sometime months ago, was going on Telegram and impersonating actual employees who work for me, including this individual, our director of communications named Megan. Jesse Hicks was impersonating a real person, something I've never done. How do we figure this out? Well, we were receiving messages from this person who called themselves Megan Works Comms. So my own employees thought they were speaking with one of my colleagues. And then Jesse Hicks, posing as Megan Works Comms at Project Veritas, was able to extract information, potentially donor information about what we do. By the way, that's an ethical line we've never crossed. That's unlawful, potentially racketeering, what Jesse Hicks has done. So knowing this, yesterday, I tweeted out an image because we triangulated the phone number of this so-called Telegram Megan account, and it was the same phone number belonging to reporter Jesse Hicks. So I took the side-by-side showing that this is in fact Jesse Hicks' phone number, plus the Telegram, which he impersonated the real person that works for me, put them side-by-side, and I did indeed redact most of the phone number with the exception of the last 4 digits. This is standard practice in journalism to redact all the phone number except for the last 4 digits. So what's interesting about this is I tweeted out right before I was suspended, Jesse, we know you impersonated our current employee in our comms department to extract information because the phone numbers matched your actual phone number. This is unlawful and arguably racketeering. Lawyer up. You denied impersonating us. Now we have proof in court, and by the way, we will take you to court because it's unlawful what you did. But something that you've never endured, something we've been forced to endure, dozens of videotaped depositions under oath, and I came out clean on the other side. We run from nothing, we hide from nothing, we don't plead the fifth, we stand for our journalism, and you run away like little cowards. Like little cowards. You can't defend who you are or what you do. You are what you hate. And the only recourse we have is the courts. We've never lost a lawsuit at Project Veritas. We always say that. Recently, we sued the New York Times for defamation, and we won a historic motion. Since 1964, only a handful of people have gotten past motion to dismiss. We're one of them. You can't fathom what it's like to be deposed, to have your reporter's notebooks opened up, under oath. It's unimaginable to you because no one has the will, the resources, the tenacity to sue you, but we do. And we'll do it on behalf of others. I can testify under oath that you impersonated one of my employees. Are you going to lie under oath about it? Are you going to go to jail for your narrative? Good luck with that. You're going to lose. Now, one of the great ironies or perhaps absurdities, and nothing is ironic or absurd anymore because we've entered this dystopian reality, is that there are people on Twitter, Jack Dorsey, who have accounts still up impersonating me. This is one called James O'Keefe's Ego, at James O'Keefe, I, but because the uppercase I and the lowercase L look identical on Twitter, it actually looks exactly like mine, at James O'Keefe III. There are people on Twitter impersonating me, and their accounts still remain, even though the reason we've supposedly been kicked off Twitter is because we're creating fake accounts. These are actual fake accounts impersonating real people. If there weren't for double standards, there'd be no standards at all. And that's what it's not even about standards. It's about power. It's about raw power. It's about the fact that we're too effective. It's too true. And as the character Lowell Bergman said in The Insider, played by Al Pacino,
the more truth he tells, the worse it gets.
The videos on CNN trended globally. They were number 2 worldwide. They were viewed millions of times, 10 million times. They were James O'Keefe trended on Twitter, and I'm banned on Twitter. Project Veritas was banned on Twitter, and it was trending on Twitter. And that's what they don't like, because under any standard, this person, James O'Keefe's Ego, with my avatar and my actual Roman numeral 3, although one of them is a lowercase L instead of an uppercase I, this person remains on Twitter. Jesse Hicks remains on Twitter, even though he apparently committed racketeering into a charitable organization. Nothing matters anymore. There are no standards to these people. And you might feel cynical, hopeless, but I can give you some hope in the fact that we are suing and we are winning. We will conduct videotaped depositions into New York Times employees and Twitter employees and CNN employees. We will get past the motion to dismiss in these cases because in the United States, you cannot recklessly disregard the truth. The standard is actual malice. You intentionally lied about us. We can prove it. Devin Coldewey, all of this could have been avoided if you just stuck to the facts. You gleefully jumped at the opportunity to say that I unredacted someone's phone number to contribute to the narrative that somehow I was putting out information that would lead to my suspension, but I redacted the phone number. We did the responsible, ethical thing, where you did the unethical, irresponsible thing and jumped to wild conclusion to support your ideological narrative at TechCrunch while selectively editing or deceptively editing out of your article our wins against the New York Times and the substance of the CNN reporting. So now you get a frame, you get your correction or update, put on the wall of shame, and you get a retracto, the correction alpaca. We're going to have to start hanging these things from the ceiling. All that I ask is that you people tell the truth. Journalism is about getting to the bottom of things. It's about telling the truth. It's not about you opining on things. It's not about you offering your opinion or doing what this guy at CNN did, which was just the complete opposite of journalism. I get that you are masters of projection. I get that you all need to go see therapists for your narcissism. But stop projecting onto me what you are and what you do. It's time for you to pay. We are going to sue you. We have never lost a lawsuit. Find another chairman of another media organization, this size or larger, who's never lost a lawsuit. Do you know why we've never lost a lawsuit? Because I don't settle. I don't compromise on what I believe in. And I get that's foreign to you. But the only thing you understand is raw power. So raw power is what you're going to get. We are going to take you to a jury verdict. Do you understand? We are going to take you to a jury verdict. And we are going to win. Stay tuned.
The correction